Hello and welcome to the Podcast Playground. What a treat we have for you today. Our newest podcast is The Best Podcast.
That's right, The Best Podcast with Jay and Me Best. Their show is all about the best stuff. Cute, right?
Definitely. This dynamic duo brings you their insider secrets to everything wonderful. Known for their discerning taste, Jay and Me dive deep into everything, from the latest cell phones to affordable wines that won't break the bank. So tell a friend you found the best podcast. Tune in weekly for your dose of excellence.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we are we're gonna ditch the city noise and take a virtual road trip to the most charming small towns America has to offer. What do you think?
I'm so excited to explore what makes these communities tick, like what draws people in and what makes them thrive.
Right. I mean, we've got a stack of sources today. We have articles highlighting tiny towns with barely any residents. We've got a list of the absolute best small cities in America based on hard data.
Okay.
And we've got another one packed with under-the-radar towns that just ooze with charm.
Sounds like we've got the ultimate small town sampler platter.
It really is, yeah.
I love that. And you know what's so fascinating is the contrast that we'll uncover.
Yeah.
We'll see how the appeal of small town life can take on so many different forms.
Exactly. Buckle up, listeners, because we're about to discover what makes small towns so captivating.
First up, let's take a detour to some of the tiniest towns in the U.S.
Okay.
We're talking populations so small you could probably hold a town meeting in your living room. I love that image.
Our first source, 20 towns in the U.S. with extremely low populations, introduces us to places like Winkleman, Arizona.
Okay.
Nestled right in the heart of the Sonoran Desert. Picture this. Waking up to breathtaking desert vistas, knowing every single one of your neighbors, and having true peace and quiet.
It's a fascinating example of how, for some people, the allure of solitude and wide open spaces outweighs the hustle and bustle of city life. Like, it's a complete shift in priorities and a real embrace of a simpler way of life.
Absolutely. And if you think Winkleman is remote, get this. Kuprianof, Alaska, population 21.
Wow.
Takes isolation to a whole new level. You can only reach this island town by boat.
Really?
I can just imagine the sense of community that must develop when you're literally all in the same boat.
It's a perfect example of how geography can shape a community. That level of isolation would certainly foster self-reliance and a deep connection to nature, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. But it makes you wonder, could you trade in takeout for fishing and Netflix for stargazing?
That's a great question for our listeners to ponder. It really highlights the trade-offs involved in choosing a small-town lifestyle.
Okay, so maybe tiny town living isn't for everyone.
Right.
But what if you're looking for a small town that offers a bit more? You know, civilization, a place with great schools, a thriving economy, maybe even a decent coffee shop.
Yeah.
Let's turn to our second source, the Wallet Hub article, Best Small Cities in America. These folks have crunched the numbers, analyzing over 1,300 cities across 5 key areas: affordability, economic health, education and health, quality of life, and safety.
It's a data-driven approach that takes the guesswork out of finding a great small town. And I think it's really valuable to look beyond subjective opinions about charm and really understand the factors that contribute to a town's overall well-being.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So, drumroll please. Wallet Hub's top-ranked small city is Carmel, Indiana.
Okay.
Let me tell you, this place is checking all the boxes. Low unemployment, high median income, and residents with excellent credit scores. It's like the poster child for financial stability.
It makes you wonder what Carmel is doing right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests a healthy economic ecosystem, good financial planning among its residents, and perhaps some savvy policies that promote economic growth.
It's definitely worth digging deeper into.
Yeah.
Speaking of well-rounded towns, our runner-up is Brookfield, Wisconsin. They're also scoring high on financial stability, but they're adding top marks for health and safety to the mix. Think low poverty rates, high insurance coverage, and very low violent crime. The kind of place where you can actually relax and enjoy life.
Brookfield really shines a light on the importance of well-being beyond just economic prosperity. A sense of security, access to quality health care, and a supportive community are crucial for a truly fulfilling life.
Totally with you on that. Rounding out the top 3 is Lexington, Massachusetts.
Okay.
This town is known for its top-notch schools, high median income, and a strong emphasis on safety. They seem to have struck that perfect balance between prosperity and peace of mind.
Lexington is a prime example of how education can be a cornerstone of a thriving community. Access to quality schools attracts families, fosters a skilled workforce, and ultimately contributes to a town's overall success.
It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
What I find so interesting is that each of these top towns excels in different areas, showing that there's no single formula for what makes a small city great. It all depends on what you value most, right?
Right, absolutely. And that's what makes this exploration so intriguing. We're uncovering the diverse tapestry of small-town America and revealing the unique characteristics that make each community special.
So listeners, as we dive deeper into the world of WALHUB's top-ranked small towns, I want you to think about what matters most to you. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to choosing a place to live? Would you prioritize a strong economy, a safe environment, top-rated schools, or something else entirely?
It's fascinating how individual priorities can shape our perceptions of what makes a place truly desirable. For some, it might be the economic opportunities, while for others, it's the sense of community or the access to nature.
Exactly. Speaking of unique draws, let's shift gears and explore some towns that might not top those data-driven lists,
Right.
but still hold a special kind of magic. We're talking about those hidden gems, those under-the-radar destinations that offer a unique blend of charm, history, and often breathtaking scenery.
Okay.
Think quirky shops, friendly locals, and a pace of life that lets you actually savor the moment.
I love that image. It's about discovering those places that feel authentic and unspoiled, where you can connect with the soul of a community.
Totally. Our third source, 40 American towns you haven't heard of but should visit ASAP from House Beautiful magazine,
Okay.
is packed with these kinds of treasures.
Oh, wow.
And I'm already itching to book a trip to a few of them.
I'm curious, which ones caught your eye?
Well, first up is Damariscotta, Maine.
Okay.
This charming riverside town has a history dating back 2,500 years thanks to ancient oyster shell deposits. I mean, just imagine strolling along the waterfront, picturing generations of people who've lived and thrived in this very spot. It's like touching a piece of living history.
That sense of connection to the past is so powerful.
Yeah.
And it speaks to the enduring appeal of small towns. They often hold stories and traditions that have been passed down for generations, creating a sense of continuity and belonging.
Right. Speaking of captivating history, another town that's calling, my name is Galena, Illinois.
Okay.
It's a former mining town with a beautifully preserved main street that looks like something straight out of a Norman Rockwell painting.
Oh, wow.
Imagine cobblestone streets, charming shops filled with local crafts and historic buildings whispering tales of a bygone era.
Galena sounds like a perfect escape for history buffs and anyone who appreciates architectural charm.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that small towns often hold hidden treasures for those willing to venture off the beaten paths.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for a taste of European charm, right here in the U.S., we have to mention Pella, Iowa. This town embraces its Dutch heritage with an annual Tulip Time Festival in May,
Oh, fun.
transforming its streets into a sea of vibrant colors. Think traditional Dutch costumes, delicious food, and of course fields of blooming tulips stretching as far as the eye can see.
It's wonderful how these small towns celebrate their cultural roots.
Yeah.
It creates a sense of identity and pride, and it's a beautiful way to experience the diversity of American culture.
Oh, and I have to add Fredericksburg, Texas to our list of must-visit towns. This place has it all. German heritage, a vibrant shopping scene filled with unique boutiques, and it's right in the heart of Texas wine country.
Wow.
Talk about a perfect blend of history, culture, and indulgence.
Fredericksburg sounds like a dream for anyone who loves exploring local flavors, discovering unique finds, and sipping wine amidst rolling vineyards.
I know, right? So listeners, which of these hidden gems is calling to you? Is it the historical charm of Galena, the vibrant Dutch heritage of Pella, or the Rhine country allure of Fredericksburg?
Or perhaps there's another town on the list that has piqued your interest. What sparks your wanderlust?
I'm eager to hear what our listeners have to say.
Me too. And as we continue exploring these charming towns, I think it's important to remember that the best small town is a subjective concept.
Right.
It's all about finding the place that resonates with your individual values, lifestyle, and aspirations.
So true.
Yeah.
What might feel like paradise to one person could feel isolating or limiting to another. It's all about finding the right fit.
Exactly. And that's why we're taking this multifaceted approach. We're exploring the spectrum of small town living, from those tiny secluded communities to those thriving top-ranked cities and those charming under-the-radar gems.
It's like we're piecing together a puzzle uncovering the diverse tapestry of small-town America and helping our listeners discover what truly resonates with them.
And that's what makes this exploration so rewarding. We're not just listing towns, we're delving into the heart of what makes these communities tick and inviting our listeners to join us on this journey of discovery.
Okay, so we've explored tiny towns, data-driven top towns, and charming hidden gems.
Yeah.
But now let's get back to that Wallet Hub list and dive deeper into the factors that make those top-ranked small cities so desirable.
I'm excited to uncover the secrets behind their success. What makes these towns stand out, and what lessons can other communities learn from them?
Exactly. So listeners, get ready to take some notes because we're about to unpack the key ingredients that contribute to a thriving small-town community. All right, let's get back to that Wallet Hub list and unpack what makes these top-ranked towns so special. Starting with number 4 on their list, Princeton, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, Princeton.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Princeton is it goes beyond just affordability or safety. It boasts incredibly high quality of life rankings. Think low commute times, tons of recreational activities, and that classic small town charm, all within a stone's throw of major cities like New York and Philadelphia.
It's like getting the best of both worlds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have that close-knit community feel without sacrificing access to big city amenities.
Exactly, and that balance is something a lot of people find incredibly appealing. Princeton also boasts a highly educated population, thanks in part to, that university.
Oh, you mean Princeton University?
Yeah.
Just a casual Ivy League institution in their backyard.
A little school.
I can only imagine the intellectual energy that must bring to the town.
Oh, I'd say so. It probably fosters a culture of lifelong learning and curiosity. Plus, you've got access to world-class lectures, performances, and resources. Talk about a perk.
Okay, and rounding out Wallet Hub's top 5 is Leesburg, Virginia.
Okay.
Now, this town is scoring major points for affordability and economic health.
Oh.
Low cost of living, low unemployment, and high income growth. Sounds like a recipe for a happy community.
It certainly does, and when you look at the details, Leesburg has a really diverse economy.
Okay.
It's not relying on just one industry. They've got a mix of tech, tourism, and government jobs, which creates a more stable and resilient economic environment.
That makes a lot of sense. And let's not forget Leesburg's location. It's right in the heart of Virginia wine country, just a hop, skip, and a jump from Washington, D.C. Talk about location, location, location.
It's that sweet spot again. Small town charm with easy access to big city attractions and opportunities.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from tiny secluded towns to data-driven top performers and charming hidden gems. I'm curious, has this deep dive shifted your perspective on small town living at all?
I think what's become clear is that there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to small towns.
Right.
Each one has its own unique personality, its own set of strengths and challenges.
And that's what makes this exploration so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's all about finding the place that aligns with your priorities and values.
Exactly. So listeners, as you reflect on what you've learned today, I encourage you to ask yourself, what resonates with you most?
Yeah.
What kind of community would best support your dreams and aspirations?
That's the perfect takeaway. We've given you the tools and insights to start exploring and discovering your own perfect small town. Whether it's a bustling hub with a thriving economy or a quiet haven where you can escape the noise, the possibilities are endless.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your journey. There's so much more to uncover, so many hidden gems waiting to be discovered.
So get out there, explore, and who knows, maybe you'll find your own slice of small town paradise.
Happy travels!
And don't forget to share your thoughts, insights, and maybe even a few small town recommendations of your own on the Podcast Playground Forum. We can't wait to hear from you.